going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MLB 21 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. In today's video, we're going to go over how to make stubs fast, the best cards to flip, things that I've been doing to make stubs. If you guys are looking for videos on Diamond Dynasty to make stubs, to make your team better, to understand the game better, to get free packs, free diamonds, make sure if you're new here, you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you find this video helpful, it helps me out a ton if you go ahead and just simply click that thumbs up. Hopefully this video can help. We are going to reference a couple other videos throughout this one, so make sure you check out the pinned comment section down below because we'll be referencing, like I said, a couple videos, including my main video on how I snipe and the things that I go after. So let's talk about the best cards to snipe and what I'm doing right now to make stubs. So I have like 4 different things I want to go over here. The first best cards to snipe are bronze cards. I talked about this in my #1 method to making stubs video a while ago, but I want to go over it again. So this is something that's very, very easy to do. You go to your marketplace, you're going to go minimum overall. I usually like to put 69, all right? And then for max overall, we're going to go like 70, we'll go 74, okay? And basically what we're looking at here now is all bronze cards. And all I am simply looking for is the sell now price on your right and the buy now price on your left. If there's a gap of more than 100 stubs in there, I'm buying that card. So the very first one, Josh Fuentes, 42 sell now, buy now 164. There's a 100 stub gap right there, so I'm simply going to go here. I'm going to uppercut. I don't think that's the word we want to use, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'm going to basically put orders right on top of the next lowest order here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And I'm going to spam them. I'm going to put like 10 of these here, and it's helpful. Write it down what you did, because if you're buying a ton of these cards, it can get kind of overwhelming, or you might forget what you did. So on a notepad or on notepad on your PC or something, write down or type down, you know, Josh Fuentes, Rockies, 44 stubs, just so you can remember basically what you bought it for. Occasionally, as you're putting in the order, somebody might come along and try to basically outdo you. So now I'm going to put in a couple here at 46 because somebody put one in at 45, and we want to make sure that we have a nice little amount here. Now, basically, once people start selling these cards to me, and look, they already are doing it, I'm now going to go back, and I will go through all of the players that I'm doing. I'm just using this as an example. I will then just simply go back, and now we're going to kind of undercut what the highest price is. So we'll go like 158. I like to undercut by like 5 to 6 stubs usually, and we'll just put a bunch of 158s on there. So basically, we're making slightly under 100 stubs every card we flip. And I know you're thinking, Pop, it's 100 stubs, it's not really a huge difference. Here's the thing, people are buying and selling these cards so frequently. You can see my auctions going crazy. Some of them are because I'm buying cards for exchange sets right now for Team Affinity, but the pace, the rapidness of all of these cards being bought and sold, they add up so quickly. I'm telling you, don't get confused, or don't think about the fact that you're only making about 100 stubs every time, because it happens so fast that they add up a ton. So moving along, look, I mean, the next example right here, Nicky Lopez, look for that 100 gap there, 47, 160. There's a gap of 100 there. Clint Frazier, very close, not exactly, but Sam Hilliard right there, and 39 and 163. There's a lot of great examples. I mean, I'm just using the first couple that I see here, but if we even page over a couple, bronze cards are the move, man. If you go down a little bit further, we got this dude's name, who I'm not going to try to pronounce, but 29 and 142. That's over our 100 gap that we're looking for. We got 33 and 125. It's kind of close, and don't be afraid. It doesn't have to be exactly 100. I'm looking for 100 or better, but if we don't see all of those, we're still going to buy them. Brandon Belt, 26 and 132. So again, I would just go in. Look, somebody's got 26 or 31 orders at 26 stubs for Brandon Belt. So we're just going to ruin their day and basically put in like 10 orders at 28 stubs. And then when people start buying or selling these to me, we're going to have, you know, 10 to 15 of them, depending on how many orders we want to put in. And we'll just simply list them for like 127, 128. And it's, you know, like I said, the pace at which this happens, it's just too easy and too fast to make stubs doing this. So this is kind of rule and method #1 that I use, and has always kind of been my go-to method. Early in the game, bronze cards, everybody's going after the big fishes, trying to flip diamonds, golds, and sometimes silvers early on. I like to go for the cards that are going to be most frequent. The pack trash, the cards that are flying out everybody's pack, the cards that nobody wants. Also, people are buying these cards up because they're putting into exchanges for team affinity. So some people are overpaying and they're being stupid. If you guys are looking for the cheapest way to do exchange sets in Diamond Dynasty, specifically for team affinity, one video we're going to reference down below is my exchange set calculator. Like I said earlier, we're buying a bunch of cards at 5 stubs. You'll see why if you go watch that video. So if you need help or you want to do exchange sets really cheap, make sure you check out that video. Again, a big reason why these bronze cards are flying off the shelf is because people are buying these cards to do exchange sets, and they're absolutely overpaying, and we're going to take advantage of that. Now, moving on to method number 2, you can do it within the marketplace. There's no problem with that, but basically what I've noticed over the last couple days is silver cards, usually like the top 2 to 3 silver cards in each team selection, are going for decent amounts, and you can find the same principles here, but instead of like 100 gap difference, we're kind of looking for like a 200 to 250 or like 175 in that range. So I like to just page through each team, and we're going to take a look. Now, Trey Mancini's a little bit different. We're going to talk about him on a third method here. He's probably going to go gold. A lot of people think he is. We'll talk about that in a moment, so we'll kind of skip him here. Move on to the next one. So 195 difference, not good enough. We can find better here. Moving on to the next one. Austin Hayes, not there. Freddie Galvis, we'll check him out. Not good. So the Orioles are a bust there. The Red Sox won't count. The Yankees, I'm trying to think if we used any of those. We'll take a look here. So this is not a good example for the Yankees. Let's move over to, I want to do some teams that were actually working for me, if I can remember who they were, because we were doing this a couple days ago. Matthew Boyd was one that was good money. So here, again, it's about 170 or so, right around there, but same principles as the bronze cards. I'll put in a ton of buy orders. I'm going to make sure that I write down what I'm doing here, because you might forget what you're buying, and you can see people are already selling me. This is what I talk about when it happens so fast. I accidentally did that. That'll happen. I just bought a card accidentally at the wrong price. Didn't mean to do that. Oh well, I'll live. But this is what I mean. Cards fly off the shelf so fast that you can make your stubs really quick. So we're buying a bunch at 155, then we're going to simply go back and sell them for like 317, and it's a little bit over 100 stub profit. But silvers are becoming so common right now that I'm doing that on these, and you can find some good ones. You're going to have to be a little bit patient as you go through there. I can't remember all of the ones off the top of my head that were going well. And also, this was a couple days ago. Being that it's the weekend, you know, it could slow down. But this is something I will occasionally check each and every day, looking for silver cards that have Trevor Rosenthal was another one. So he's going up in price right now, a little bit on the sell now end. This card I was buying for like maybe 150, 160, and then selling for like 340, 50, 60, 70, like upper 300s, lower 400s. So look for those when it comes to silver. I'm doing it a little bit differently, like I said, paging through the live sets instead of actually going through the marketplace like we did the first time. Paxton was another one. If you guys want proof that this is working for me, I like to show this all the time. Look at my number of completed orders and look at your number of completed orders. I flip cards like crazy. Down below in the comment section, post how many complete or ordered pages you have. I have 1,223. I'm willing to bet that I'm topping a lot of you with that number. And this is all because I'm flipping cards. I wonder if I could page all the way down to kind of show you what we were doing with the silver cards just not too long ago. So I was able to find it here. Here's Trevor Rosenthal. I may have the numbers wrong, and I know I'm killing his name right now, but we were buying him for like 269. Marcus Stroman for 377. James Paxton for 197. We got a bunch of other buys here. David Peralta 188. Stroman, CJ Crons. And then if you take a look, we started selling these cards, and we were getting Boyd's for 422, or selling them for 422. We had CJ Cron selling for 366. Remember, earlier we were buying him at 171. So it's another kind of frequency thing there. Alcantara was another one. There's the Paxton cards that I was buying and now selling at 374. Tons of those. So we were flipping cards. There's Trevor at 433. This was another method that I was using with silver cards, but I usually check like the first 3 or 4, if there's even that many, on each live series set for each team. Now, option number 3, we're going to go back to Trey Mancini and take a look at a couple other cards. We'll be doing our official roster predictions coming Wednesday, more than likely, possibly Tuesday. But this coming Friday, we are going to have another roster update, and that usually means that cards change overalls. So the best thing that I profited off of was cards that went from one tier to another. John Means was a great example. I bought a ton of his cards at 700 and 800 stubs, and then when he went to gold, I quick sold or sold all of those cards depending on the price at the time. But basically you could quick sell them for 1,000 stubs if you're buying them at 700 or 800 stubs. Every single time you buy this card, you're making a 200 to 300 stub profit. And when you quick sell a card, you don't have to worry about tax. So Mancini is a great idea as well. He is likely going to go gold. I want to dig down deep into the numbers and be sure of that. But hypothetically, if he went gold on Friday and you bought 40 of his cards at 700 stubs right now, if he goes gold, that's 300 stub profit on every card. You, again, hypothetically buy 40 of these, 300 stub profit on every one. That's 12,000 stubs, okay? So Trey Mancini is a good example of one of them. The other one that should have went from gold to diamond last roster update, and he did not, was Lance Lynn. Now, when he didn't get that upgrade, everybody panicked, and this card tanked in price. I held on to all of my cards, and as you can see, it's starting to go up. But there's still profit and opportunity to be made. Lance Lynn, since the last roster update, has had 2 really good starts. I think he's allowed maybe 2 earned runs in those 2 starts with around 11 or 12 innings pitched. So same idea goes from gold to diamond. If you buy this card right now at 4,100 stubs and then he goes diamond, you can quick sell diamonds for 5,000 stubs. Every time you buy this card, it's a 900 stub profit. And if you buy 10 of these times 900, that's a 9,000 stub profit overall. So he's one other example. I'll give you one more that I'm kind of focusing on, and my guy Drew is probably going to kill me for doing this one, but we will bring it up in the video on Wednesday as well. And maybe it's me being a little bit of a homer, but Tyler O'Neill, he is starting to heat up. He's a power hitter. He can hit home runs, but also he's hitting like 340 something over his last 30 games. And look at his contact numbers. Absolutely dreadful. So if they give him the power he deserves, he's already got speed, which is kind of inflating his overall already. But if he gets that contact boosted to where it needs to be, he could go gold. And right now you can get his card for 713 stubs. Again, if he goes gold, you quick sell it for 1,000 stubs. There's a little under 300 stub profit on each one. And as you can see, I got 30, I think, what did we say, 43 of those cards. So that's kind of method number 3 on what you can be doing right now to make stubs. The last one to talk about, and honestly the boat could be missed at this point, but if you want to take the risk, you certainly can. I'm going to bring it up anyway, and that is Topps Now cards. So we know Player of the Month is coming out on Tuesday, and for the first Player of the Month, the 95 overall Byron Buxton, it had a collection set, and within that collection set, you had to collect the majority of all of the Topps Now Moments cards that had came out during that month. So when the May Player of the Month comes out, one would assume that all of the Topps Now Moments that came out during May are going to be in a collection, and basically when that happened, all of those cards spiked in price. So you can go through and look through the marketplace, sort by Topps Now, just as I did, and you want to look for all of the cards that have a 5 date on them. So look if the, I'll point it out on your screen right here. If they have that May date on the card art, that likely means they're going to go into that May Player of the Month collection. Now, a lot of people started investing in these, and I've been talking about this in videos for a while, but if you can still find specifically the May cards, please don't make the mistake and start buying April cards. If you can find some of these golds, like when Byron Buxton's collection came out, some of these golds went up to 8, 9, 10, 11K. So if you believe or think that, you know, this card, Ruiz, right here, is going to go up to maybe even 6, 7, 8K, you can buy it right now at about 3,800. Really, really good profits to be made. I introduced a Diamond Dynasty investment calculator a couple days ago, and as you can see, here's a pretty good example of all of the cards that I invested in and the prices that I got them at. So for Khalil Lee, for example, if we take a look what his price is right now, I bought him at 2,900 stubs. We go back over to the marketplace, he's roughly selling for about 5,000 stubs. If I go back to my investment calculator, type in 5,000, boom, that's a 1,600 stub profit after tax. If we sold all of them there, it's going to start to add up. So these are cards that I invested in. If you guys want to check out that investment video and use this spreadsheet to your advantage, I'll be using it the rest of the year. I had somewhere over, right around, 700,000 stubs invested right now. The only cards that I've sold were these Don Mattingly's, which we definitely made profit off of because of the second inning to third inning collection. But if you guys want to check out that video and use this spreadsheet to calculate profits and investments and keep track of them, you can use this. Go check out that video. It's going to be another one that's linked down below in the comment section as a pinned comment. And that's going to wrap it up. You guys see I got 553,000 stubs. After these investments go through, I think I'll be well over 1 million. And a lot of the things that I talked about in today's video are things that I'm doing to get to that point. Hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, make sure you click that thumbs up. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.